Hey everybody, I'm Ryan from WakeSurfMedia.com. We're back in the Shiplap studios again. We got our shop dog in the background making a bunch of noise, so that means it must be another episode of Hands On. So what we're going to talk about today is actually two different things. We're going to talk about Agenda Surf Wax. I know Agenda Surf is mostly known for their EVA traction, but they also do have a line of traditional kind of surf wax. And we're going to talk about Wax Trak, which is kind of an enhancement for surf wax. It's a film that you lay down. It's kind of got these cool lines on it, and that's going to help your wax bead up, kind of stay in place, as well as make removal pretty easy too. So let's go ahead and just kind of get started. So as you can see, the board we're actually going to be applying it to is a Doomswell El Jefe. This color combination I believe is called Refresh, and I just love the way it looks. The colors are awesome, it looks pretty beachy, and man, we really dig it. It's a really fun board. It's considered a longboard in the wake surfing world, not so much probably in the ocean of course. But behind the boat, you can kind of walk from back to front, get your toes on the nose, and that's why I removed the stock traction that it came with, and we're going to be placing some wax on it instead. So going over the steps from Wax Trak, we've already cleaned it. We're going to peel down several inches of the backing paper. We're going to peel off the remainder. We're going to firmly press down, and then we're going to rub over the top of it just to make sure it's stuck well. So first thing that we're going to do is remove a couple inches of their backing tape, which is right here. So what I want to point out here before we just start sticking it down is that it actually has a black line running down the middle of it, which is going to help for when you go to align it on your board. Especially like this board has a wooden stringer that you can see, so we're going to line those two things up. We're going to start pretty high and we're going to work our way backward. Let's put it all the way up as high as we can. Right about there is going to look good, so I will peel some of this back. Like they say, just a good couple inches. I'm going to kind of get it where I want it. Kind of eyeball it, make sure the black line is following the stringer. Press down. Got to the end. So that really wasn't too bad. So I might have an air bubble or two, but I'm just going to kind of work them out. Looks like they're pretty easy to work out. I don't know if the mat is perforated or kind of like it has little air holes or something in it, but the bubbles are coming just right out. So that's really cool. Guess they kind of thought about that. Anyway, so we got the first part done. I'm actually probably going to stop there, at least for the video. What we have here is the Pro set, and it comes with two. So just in case if you've got a little bit more board like what we have here, I'm going to put this on there, but as you can see, our Doomswell board has an air vent, and I don't want to cover that up with this, so I'll just try and measure it out. So what we're going to do for our next step, just following the instructions from Wax Trak, is they say to use the backing paper flipped over and just kind of go over it. Make sure everything's pressed down very well, that there's no more air bubbles or anything like that. We've already done that here, so we're going to go to the step where we actually apply some of the Agenda Surf Wax here. The compound I have today is the summer series, or the summer version, because we live in Texas and it is crazy hot out here. So you can tell that there are lines already put onto this clear film on the Wax Trak itself, and what that's going to do is help grab some of the wax as we go in a circular motion and kind of help it stick down to the actual film. So previously, when you would have to kind of make a couple of big scores first, or just start going in circles until the beads started forming, these lines are supposed to help us kind of grab the wax and hold it there. And I assume it's going to kind of start beading up relatively easy now that we've got those lines there. So I'm not the best with applying this stuff. I'm just gonna give it a shot. I'm pretty average with it. So let's just go ahead and start. We'll start going in a circular. That's cool, you can already see it. Oh man, cool. Okay, so we're just gonna go in a circular pattern. The noise that you're hearing is actually the wax running over the line. And it really is. It's just kind of grabbing it and holding it there. I don't know if it's like acting like a base coat or what, but that's pretty cool. So this already looks better than what it did when I waxed the entire thing by hand with no traction, or with no wax track underneath it. That's pretty cool. And it's already beading and stuff as well. That's really cool, man. Huh. Yeah, I'm just gonna apply it a little bit more, but I can already tell that it's on there. It's a pretty good. That made it way easier. Huh. A little more like going in circles forever, I guess, with your hand, and waiting for it to kind of start beating up and everything. That's pretty cool, man. Let's see if I can turn it, if y'all can see it. And I'll use the GoPro as well. Kind of splice in some of sorry for that noise, some of that stuff. Let's see. There you go. That is really cool, man. Well, I'm sold on this stuff. That's pretty rad. And I didn't really use that much wax either. Kind of helped save on that, I guess, instead of having to get like a ton of layers down first and then going over it and making the bumps. That kind of aids in it. I mean, I've used hardly any wax on it. That's pretty cool. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. So once we've got it on there, if you want to put another coat later on, you can, of course. Or if you like putting some other kind of wax over a base coat, you could do that as well. I'm just going to cruise it like this because I want to be able to walk up and down and everything. But yeah, this thing's pretty darn cool, man. So again, I'm Ryan from WakeSurfMedia.com. This has been some Agenda Surf Wax and Wax Trak. Yeah, and if you got any suggestions for us for future episodes, just make sure to send it in to us. And if that's it, man, we'll catch you guys down the road.